I wasn't seeing a black man wearing a suit. I wasn't seeing a black man driving a nice car. As I'm growing older, I kind of realized that type of success was limited to people that look like myself. I never forget this. A very good friend of mine, his name is Ahmed Barhan. His dad said to us one day, why waste your life watching TV when you can work hard and become the people that people be watching on TV? It kind of stuck with me. The most joyous thing was when I met kids, like young kids that were black or brown or had a different background, how their eyes just lit up. That for me was probably what I felt gave me the most, because representation is key. It's so important. The meditation aspect has given me an opportunity to kind of slow everything down and be kinder to myself.
I lost my backbone somewhere in Stockholm.
Hey allihopa, and welcome to Somewhere in Stockholm, a podcast production by Experience Stockholm. I'm Frankie, your host, and I like to bring you news stories and different voices from Stockholm City. People who have lived here, people who have had some experiences in the city, and also people who have moved away and maybe come back once in a blue moon. So that's the case with today's guest. Today, I'm thrilled to present and introduce Zimzon Zion onto our podcast. So Zimzon is a Swedish actor best known for his work on the acclaimed television series Double Cross. His journey from Stockholm to the international screen has earned him recognition not only for his talent, but also for his drive and uplifting approach to life. Over the years, he has been featured in leading outlets such as Expressen, Aftonbladet, BT Söderort, Muscle and Fitness Magazine, and Fitness for Men. He's also appeared on Sweden's popular morning show Vardagspuls and London's BBC One Extra. Beyond acting, Zimzon has built a global presence as a wellness advocate on social media, hosting seminars and retreats designed to inspire healthier, more purposeful living. Now, today we'll be diving a little bit deeper into Zimzon's story, especially as it involves his upbringing in Stockholm City, in his early years in Rågsved, and the determination that took him all the way to LA in the United States. So, I'm very excited to welcome you, Zimzon. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
I'm amazing. I need to bring you with me everywhere so you can do a personal intro everywhere I go.
Everywhere you go, you'll get someone to announce you. Yeah, that would be lovely. So tell me a little bit, for those who don't know you or don't know your background, where are you coming from and what was it like to grow up in Stockholm, and specifically in Rågsved, in this neighborhood of Stockholm?
Yeah, well, my background. Well, parents are from Africa, obviously, Congo and Angola to be specific.
Okay.
I'm the oldest out of 6 siblings. And,
wow, 6 siblings.
Yeah, I'm the oldest. From a very young age, I would say I was very curious, and I was very inquisitive. And fortunately, it might be unfortunate, but early on, I kind of understood the social construct of what I was surrounded by, and obviously when my parents came, it was survival mode, so they just wanted us to come, or me at the time, we came, I was a little kid, but they were on survival mode and just looking to provide the best life they could for their kids as they were having kids. But as far as integrating into the society and seeking and seeing opportunity, I wasn't seeing much. But as a kid, I wasn't really registering it. I think once I started to watch and see people like myself on television, as in the same skin complexion, but yet when I was watching a Swedish show, or when I was out in the world and like in a professional sense, I wasn't seeing a black man wearing a suit. I wasn't seeing a black man driving a nice car. I wasn't seeing a black man or a black woman being a news anchor. Like, that wasn't what I was associating with success as it pertains to someone that looked like myself. And as I'm growing older, I kind of realized that, that type of success was limited to people that looked like myself. So at a very young age, I established that, I'm not I'm not privy to the same opportunities as my Swedish counterparts. So I realized that early on. However, I had sports to lean back on. I was very successful as a young kid, even though I got kicked out. The first team I started to play for, I was 7 years old, started to play football.
Okay.
And I was told I wasn't good enough at that age. Pretty harsh, but I got back on the horse and tried again, and I managed to get into a team called Djurgården.
Oh yeah, Djurgården. Yeah, I mean it's one of the biggest teams. Yeah, so, it's the one from over here in Östermalm. Yeah.
So I played for Djurgården for a couple of seasons as a kid, and and I was probably one of my fondest memories as a young kid growing up, because the team was such a beautiful conglomerate of people from different cultures and different backgrounds, even though it was a team from, like you said, is a Östermalm team. So because at the time we were playing 7-a-side, so we were like the suburb team, and then you had the team from the city. So when we got into, like, when he started to get real serious and we started to play 11v11, they kind of meshed the two teams together, and that was kind of like the trial. And obviously majority of the team was from the suburbs because we were the better players. But it was kind of interesting seeing. That's when I started to be around people that lived in the city and their lifestyle. Like, I remember the first time going home to someone that lived around these areas, the crib was crazy. I'm there like, damn. Oh yeah, like dinner is like a 3-4 course meal, and I'm there like, shit, I'm not used to this. But it was interesting because sports brought us together, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't have the whole classism that you may have to kind of think about when you're dealing with people from different backgrounds.
Yeah. On the pitch, there was like almost true meritocracy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're good, you're good.
Simple.
And you're on the team.
Simple.
But if you're not great, you know, you're not going to be called onto the pitch, right? But then these social class differences and even obviously racial differences, was this something that was always present at the back of your mind? Like in school, growing up in Rågsved, like was this something that was so noticeable that you're like, I know I'm different and I don't think I can catch up? Or was this something that you slowly built awareness as you grew older? Like,
very good question. So when I was like 5, 6 and I went to kindergarten, I didn't even realize I was the only black kid at kindergarten.
Of course, yeah, I would assume so, right? You're just another kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple. But as soon as I hit like year 1 and I was 7, I started school. That's when I got introduced to racism. And when I went back and I was talking to my mom and I was like, yeah, I'm being called these different names and like, I'm upset, of course. And she couldn't really support because she didn't really, like, for her, that was foreign as well. Like, she don't know what's racism, like, you know, and
because she had grown up in Africa, like surrounded by other, you know, black people. To her, it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, she couldn't relate. So, and I always say that it's like a subculture for people that come from an immigrant background and have parents coming here, because the parents haven't grown up here. We, the kids now, first generation, have developed this subculture. So it's kind of hard because at home there's a certain level of I wouldn't say decorum, but it's just a different household because it's Africa, and then when I come out and I'm in society, I'm in Sweden. So I had to balance both. And it created somewhat of an identity crisis because now I'm there like, I'm a black kid, I'm experiencing racism, and now I'm thinking something is wrong with me. So I wanted to, you know, I wanted to be light, I wanted to have light eyes, I wanted to have straight hair and all that crazy stuff. Up until, you know, the 90s and Yo MTV raps came about. And all the,
And you saw representation.
and I saw the Tyson Beckfords, I saw Tupac, and I saw Tyrese, and I was like, hold on a minute, it's dope being a black guy, kind of. Rap music, I got introduced to rap music, DMX, and I said, oh, hell no. And then my body starts to develop, so I got a little six-pack going. Because prior to that, I was not the guy.
You're not confident.
Not necessarily not confident, but I always wondered why I wasn't getting the same amount of attention as...
My male friends. Okay.
Like at school, if it was like a school dance or whatever the case may be, I was certainly not the first guy the girls would ask to dance with or whatever the case may be, or to kiss or whatever the case. So it was very interesting to me. But MTV came around, you know, I had my cornrows and I had a little style to me. Oh, I was in the game now. So now they're like, yeah, all y'all that didn't pay attention, oh, you guys are in for a treat now. But yeah.
And then tell me, so you go from that to realizing that maybe that social mobility isn't there within Swedish society. How do you then make the move first to become an actor, you know, or to go into performative arts, and then into, you know, making the move to go abroad? What spurred that journey? Like, what got you there?
It's quite a journey, because to be an actor was not like, I don't have one of these stories where, you know, I grew up and I was a thespian and I wanted to be an actor and blah, blah, blah. That's not my story. I was going to be a football player, probably play for like Real Madrid or Barcelona or Arsenal by the time I was 22. So this whole acting thing is something that came way later.
Okay.
So I played, like I said, I started when I was 6. Played in Sweden up until about the age of 19, 20 or so. And I was always pushing. And every time I wanted to play for like a first team, like with the grown folks, like with grown men, I was always told I needed more experience. But then I would always be like, you want me to get more experience? How am I going to get more experience if I'm not playing? Like, wouldn't it behoove for you to have a young kid that you don't have to pay a salary just for me to be around and play? And like, it was so backwards. So as I'm experiencing that, I made a bold decision. And I remember, you know, at the time, my dad was, we never really had a relationship, but at that time when I was like, okay, I'm looking to leave the country, he set me up with family friends over in England.
Oh, wow.
That knew me like as a baby.
Okay.
But I don't remember these folks. I was obviously a baby. That's the one thing, the one contribution that I would say he, obviously, apart from being the other half of me being existent in this life, but as far as helping me with something pivotal, he set me up with that contact. And yeah, I made the decision to leave and really pursue this whole football career, because I felt like I would gonna get an opportunity abroad more so than I was getting here in Sweden. So I started off in a small city called Milton Keynes
in the UK.
In the UK, and I was there, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I read in the newspapers that a team called Newport Pagnell had tryouts, and it was an open trial. So I signed up. I went down there and I made a team. So that was great. And at the time they had something called semi-professional, meaning you're not fully professional, but the team can organize so you get a job, so you can work,
nice,
as well as playing football. But it was gruesome, man, because I was playing and I was working as a fitter, they call it. So I was installing like air conditioning systems at IKEA.
No way.
Yeah, so it was not easy. It was hard work, because I remember having to get up at like 5, 6 in the morning, work up until like 3, 4 in the afternoon, and then obviously after that going to train till late in the evening, and do that like day in and day out.
Wow, chasing the dream.
is part of the sacrifice and part of the story and the journey. So I'm extremely grateful for that. But after about 18 months in Milton Keynes, I decided it was time for me to kind of go for bigger and better things. So I actually then eventually moved into London. Okay. And they were always telling me, once you get to London, you're never going to go back here, or you're never coming back. And they were totally right. So once I got a taste of London, yeah, that was it. And that's when the real dream and the real like struggle and the journey started. So again, doing tryouts over in London, but in the meantime having to make ends meet. So
it's an expensive city.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
So I did everything from retail to security work to being a receptionist at a gym.
Wow.
I did it all. And in the meantime, chasing this whole football career that I was doing at the same time as well, and it was going really, really good. I managed to work my way up to a professional contract, not in the UK but in Greece, because back in the days, what you would do is you would record yourself. So you would record your games and whatnot and kind of like send it out.
Tapes.
You're
literally sending like almost mixtapes of your trials.
Exactly
That's
exactly.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
and managed to get some interest from a team out in Greece. And they offered me a contract. And 2 months prior to signing this contract, I blew my left patella tendon in a game that because I remember my coach saying, like, you don't really need to play this game. Like, you can kind of sit it out. But I had this thing where I would stat myself, and I wanted to average at least a goal a game. That was important for me. So if I'm playing or if we are having games, I wanted to make sure that my stats were always, like, sufficient. So I said, no, it's all good. I'll play for maybe like a half or whatever, just so I can get my goal. And I scored that game as well, and unfortunately that was the last proper competitive football game that I played after my injury. But I always say, again, it's not a sob story, because what happened was after I injured myself, it was kind of like an epiphany that happened, kind of like a blessing, because what I realized was I'm more than just a football player. There's more to me. I have more attributes to give. Exactly. So as I'm laying down on the operating table, and the doctor is coming in, and he goes, "It's not looking very good. You are not gonna be able to walk properly again."
Oh gosh.
And as he's talking to me, I'm there like, yeah, you don't know who you're talking to. So in my head, I'm preparing for my next
You're like,
move.
I'll recover, I'll do the
All of
physio,
And I signed up for a bodybuilding competition. For
No,
some reason.
stop. You were
So-
just delusional at that point. In
But you
denial.
have to be. You have to be, right?
Okay.
So I signed up for this bodybuilding competition. Muscle Mania is called. So bear in mind, it's in a year's time. So I need to do my recovery and I need to do my rehab, as well as prepping for a bodybuilding competition. So I was like, all right, let's get to it. So I remember I had a cast all the way. My whole left leg was
Oh my
casted.
God.
Yeah, and it
You
was
gotta be kidding me.
very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. But I was doing my push-ups and doing anything and everything that I could to kind of maintain some form of physique.
Okay.
Obviously, I couldn't do legs at the time.
Yeah.
So I have the cast. They take it off, and I start my rehab. But I never forget this. A year, almost to the date, I stood on stage and I won my first ever bodybuilding competition. It was novice and it was natural, so it wasn't any form of enhancements that was used or whatever the case may be. But that's when I was like, oh, whatever put into my mind.
You say your mind too.
Yeah, I can accomplish.
Wow.
I left the bodybuilding world, but not the fitness and wellness kind of world. And due to me going through this extensive rehab program, I learned a lot about the body and the autonomy and things of that nature. So it was kind of natural for me to kind of go into what I call today the Zimzon, which in the beginning was heavy personal training program that I was doing at the time, but has now, as of late, morphed into more so like a wellness business, where I believe, and my philosophy is the trilogy, if you call it, is mind, body, and spirit, working internally as well as externally. Because a lot of the times in today's society, we put a lot of emphasis on looking good. But for me, it's equally just as important to feel good within yourself as well. So there's a lot of affirmations, there's breath work, and making sure that we regulate and we are constantly staying on top of our mental health as well. So, I get it. Everyone wants to have a six-pack. Everyone wants to have, the perfect beach body and things of that nature. But inside, you may be rotten, or, inside you might have issues that you haven't really dealt with. So it's very important that we pay attention to those as well. So that's more so the idea of what I'm doing within that space. So going back, because I'm going forward a little bit here. So going back, I'm injured. I do the competition, and my brother calls me. He goes, yeah, they've been reaching out for this show called The Farm, but I can't do it because he was studying at the time. But I told them that I have a brother, and if they would like for me to be on the show, they more likely would be interested in having my brother on the show. So someone might be calling you from TV4 to have like a call with you and whatnot, and if they're interested, they might call you in.
So your brother was the actor. He was the one.
The thing is, he was doing a lot of commercials at the time.
Okay.
So commercials is a really big. I think it's Ika. Ika's been having these commercials for a very long time, and he did a couple of those, and he was he was progressing within the commercial space.
Okay. And then someone reached out. Here's an opportunity, but he's like, I'm not able. Maybe my brother will be interested.
There you go. Okay. And he goes, being that you got this new business venture that you got going on, it would be a good look for you, kind of like for marketing purposes, to be there, shirt off, do a few exercises,
get exposure.
That's and yeah. So I did the show called The Farm, or Farmen as is known in Swedish. Did that, and I kind of started to get a knack for it. I was like, I really like this. And from there, I seen an ad on Facebook where you could apply to be a contestant on the TV show The Gladiators, or Gladiatorerna.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And as a kid, everyone wants to be there. Loves that show. Every kid. And growing up, watching the show, I was thinking, I always thought, when I grow up, I want to be on that show, and I want to give these guys a run for their money, because I'm sure I can. You can really make compete. It through. Yeah. So I send in my application, but as the casting director is reaching out, it goes, we loved your application. However, we received it a bit too late, so you won't be able to make it for this season. I said, no problem, that's fine. But she goes, I'm gonna promise you a slot for next season. I said, no worries. Next year come around, I don't hear nothing, and I see another ad on Facebook, but this time now I have a direct contact to the casting director. So I'm there like, this is weird. I haven't heard anything from them. So I made it like a point to reach out. So I reached out, and I was like, hey, I'm sure that you told me that you would promise me a slot for this season, and I haven't heard anything. I just seen an ad on Facebook. And I said as a joke, I said, maybe I'm not good enough for you guys, so I might, apply to be on like a Paradise Hotel or whatever the case may be.
One of the other reality TV shows.
And she was like, what are you talking about? You're way too good for that. Da, 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 da. You know what? Hold on. And she hung up the phone, hits me back. She goes, you flying out here next week for your audition.
So at the time, where were you? In the UK?
I was in London, yeah.
Okay,
I lived in
London.
Right. So she goes, you're flying out here for your audition, and it's like a fitness test. So you need to go through the whole They need to see that you're capable of, hanging.
Delivering. Yeah.
So I said, no problem. I flew out to Sweden. I do the fitness test. And after that, you have like an interview on camera. And this is what I'm finding out afterwards. But you can't be huffing and puffing as they do in the interview, because you need to make it seem as if, it's a piece of cake. Like it's nothing.
Okay, I see.
But it's like an obstacle course that they put you through. And they time you, and you have to do pull-ups, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. And as I'm doing this audition, there's a bunch of older white men walking in to this auditorium kind of thing. But when I did my research, I seen like it was like a big gymnasium with like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
But this time around, I was only one of 4, and I was the only guy. The other women, they looked like Amazonians, like they were really like built and whatnot. So in my head, I'm thinking this is weird, this is strange.
Okay.
But then again, it could be slots, innit? Like
they will.
So
they will schedule you in.
So I could have been one of 10 guys that's been there, or however many. So I was like, oh, don't be silly. They've seen plenty of guys. Like, don't even bother. So anyhow, as I'm going through everything and I'm getting towards the end, the casting director pulls me aside and she goes, would you consider being on the show as a gladiator instead? Obviously, nothing is a done deal. There's still a few more bits that we need to look into, but if the opportunity presents itself, would you consider being on the show as a gladiator rather than a contestant?
A contestant, okay.
I said, yeah, sure. But inside of me, I'm screaming and I'm like, So as soon as I left, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And sure enough, I think it was about 3 months after, 3 to 4 months after, I got the official package, welcome to the team, yada, yada, yada. And I did that show. As far as TV goes, best thing I've ever done. It was
Did it
amazing.
did it give you a like widespread recognition in Sweden? Or you feel like, did people like,
100%.
Oh, you're the gladiator, Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
Did that
dope.
feel like interesting, fun? Like, how did
For
you
me,
feel about it?
The most joyous thing was when I met kids, like young kids that were black or brown or had a different background, and how their eyes just lit up, and I was able to give them a picture or to give them a word of encouragement. That for me was probably what I felt gave me the most. Giving them something to aspire to or seeing, because representation is key. It's so important. So for them to see and for them to be able to touch, to communicate with, I think that's it gives them a sense of, wow, when I grow up, I wanna be able to accomplish that as well. And I see it's possible. I know it's possible. Whereby when I was watching it on TV, I seen the guy I see now, we mates, Aris or Phoenix, as his name is on the show. We are now friends, but as a kid, I could never imagine that that would be my path.
Yeah,
because I couldn't relate for that to be an opportunity or a possibility even. So. Yeah.
So then, how do you then take the leap from doing that at home to LA? What's the next step?
So,
please, do you want to help keep this podcast alive? Then please subscribe today. Thank you very much.
Again, I'm a competitive person within myself. I dare to dream. I've always been the guy that takes left when everyone goes right.
Contrarian. Okay.
It's just part of my nature. And I've always asked myself, like, why not you? Why everyone is out here doing bits and you're watching people on TV. And I never forget this. A very good friend of mine, his name is Ahmed Barhan, Swedish, like royalty as far as comedy goes. And he's really, really like breaking grounds. his dad, which was a father figure and a role model, said to us one day, he goes, rather than you guys spending so much time watching TV, become the individual that people watch on TV. And fast forward, we both are in
Entertainment.
And now people are watching us on TV. But he was telling us this as kids because he just felt like, why waste your life watching TV when you can work hard and become the people that people be watching on TV? And that, it kind of stuck with me. So yeah, as I started to get a bit more experience within the TV and the entertainment world, I also was being told, I have a very good friend of mine, her name is Irene. She said to me, you need to go to the States. If you go to the States, they're going to love you. You need to go to the States. But at the time, I didn't feel like I had enough in my arsenal because I knew once I go out there, A, it's going to be very competitive.
Yeah,
and
there's
B,
a lot more competition, yeah.
they will ask you, like, what have you done? Like, who are you? What's your name? It's very much like, what have you done for me lately type situation.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized that from a very young age. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough in my backpack. So I did a few productions out here in Sweden after being on The Gladiators. And once I felt like I had enough, that's when I made a bold decision. And to be frank, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it to the best of my ability and I want to be surrounded by the best. Hence the reason I chose England when it came to football. And when it comes to entertainment, Hollywood is the entertainment hub. That's the headquarters. That's where everything happens. So I just made a decision in 2020 that it was time for me to take a leap of faith and go ahead and do it. However, my timing may not have been the best because I moved February 12th, 2020. 3 weeks after that, the pandemic is being presented and the whole world shuts down. So from me setting out a plan of how I'm gonna, go ahead and pursue this dream of mine, I was on -10 now. It's not even about, let's restructure or let's see what other options I have.
It's like total limbo, pause on
Nothing.
your plans.
And I'm in a different country. I don't know the system here. I don't know nothing. So, yeah.
Was it the most challenging time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down. So I just had to buckle down because I was thinking, because I always get asked, like, why didn't you leave and why didn't you come back? I said, come back. Coming back, I know what I'm coming back to.
Yes, it's predictable. Yeah.
So I said, why not just stick around and see what happens, And I've made it this far, and it's a sacrifice enough for me to make this transition. So I stuck around, managed to stick it out throughout the pandemic. Came out 2.5 years after. Did my online fitness business and I was trying to figure out ways to kind of stay afloat. And managed to book a serious regular role on a TV show called Double Cross. And after that I thought, I'm in the game. I got it. I'm on a show now. I'm on every episode. My face and my name is out there. I'm doing a great job and everyone is very happy and very impressed with what they're seeing. And then, last day of filming, we get hit with the actors' strike or the writers' strike.
Oh, yes.
So as the writers are striking, now the actors are striking as well. So that's a different hurdle that I need to tackle. Go through that. Come out of that, because that went on for like 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And then we come out of that. Now the LA fires. Another obstacle, because a lot of producers and a lot of writers and a lot of people in the industry lost their
homes.
Lost their homes.
Yeah, so now they have to take time to rebuild and
So now
relocate.
that's another hurdle that I
in
need
the
to
industry.
Yeah. So it's not been smooth sailing, but I think with my courage and with my perseverance and belief in self, I've managed to and my integrity, I've managed to find ways to still hang in there and to still stick around. And one of the things that I've learned as well that's very, very imperative and vital is I can't make my career my life. Meaning I need to have other things going on in order for me to stay sane. Because if I do an audition and all I'm thinking about is, I need to hear something, like, I can't allow for my career to consume me, because that's when things get very dangerous and you get into the whole mental side of things where, your mental becomes very fragile. And I always tell people, if you're a person that can't handle rejection, don't get into the industry. Don't do this, because
You'll get disappointed time and time again every time you get
every single time. And the most difficult thing to learn is it doesn't always pertain to you.
Yeah, it's not about you.
It's not always about you. It's not like you not booking something could be anything from, the person that they were looking for may have been a bit shorter and you're a bit taller. Or the person they were looking for, I don't know, have a slightly different accent or whatever, but they loved what you performed or they loved what you presented in your audition.
So it's not fundamentally about your skill or your craft. Yeah, I get it.
That's not how the business works. But again, it takes time. As I'm sitting here talking to you, this is things that I've had to learn along the way, as well as, doing great tapes and networking and getting a manager and getting an agent and things of that nature. So it's really been a learning curve, and I'm still learning, and I'm still like coming to grips with the industry and how to position myself within it. But nevertheless, it's an amazing profession to be in, and it's an amazing thing to be able to say. Because I always said, I can't call myself an actor if I'm not on TV or if I'm not constantly working and whatnot. But I am an actor because I am out there on auditions.
Putting yourself out there.
Yeah, and I'm getting auditions, and my name and my face is recognized now. So it's been a journey, to say the least. For sure.
Yeah, I'm hearing that you had to have a lot of grit and patience.
Yeah.
And those are two things that often don't come easy to people. I'm assuming that this wellness side of your, of your work and of your personality may have had to play a big role in the mindfulness that you need to have, like this sort of like meditative practice to be like, you know what, let it go. This is not my opportunity. Maybe the next one, let's keep at it. So how do you maintain that balance, I guess, as a professional, as an artist, but also as someone who really cares about wellness, fitness? Like, how do you get into that space where you're like, I need to just be consistent every day and show up? And I feel like a lot of people struggle with this because they maybe look at wellness or at fitness as more of a external thing, and you've said it already, like you believe that it's more internal. So how do you try to balance that in your work?
Great question again. I got into morning routines heavy. In 2019, I got introduced to meditation. So in 2019, I lived in Ghana for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And that for me was very transformative. And I didn't realize how much that time period would be so pivotal for me in what I'm doing today. So the meditation aspect has given me an opportunity to kind of slow everything down, learn how to breathe, and be kinder to myself. I've always been very hard and harsh on myself, which I don't think is very healthy. I don't think anyone should be too hard on themselves, even though we do have dreams and aspirations and ambitions. As we are going about our business, we want to make sure we enjoy the journey, and we are kind to ourselves as we are being presented with all these different obstacles or hurdles that is inevitable that you will be faced with. But meditation has been something that's helped me tremendously. Having a morning routine that I stick by with meditation, with prayer, with stretching, with exercising, and feel. What do I do with feel? Check in with myself. That's very, very important, because we take every day we wake up for granted. Journaling, another thing. I'm not the best person at journaling. I do my best, but I think these small things, because they say small things, if you accumulate the small things, that's what's gonna lead to the big thing. And I feel once I got myself in the right mind frame and stuck to my morning routine, it then helped shape who I became as an actor and how I showed up as an individual on set. I think those are the things that really sets people apart. But I find that being very common with successful actors or people within the professional field, whether it be business or whatever the case may be. They can seem very rigid, but they're very meticulous about a specific routine that they have, and nothing budges. If I go to bed at 8:30 every evening, that's when I go to bed. It doesn't matter what else happens. If I get up at 4 a.m., that's what I do. And, staying consistent with that, which leads into these other amazing things that happens. And I consistently look for wins in the day as well, because we are so focused on the bigger picture and the big goal. But every day I try to get a few wins of the day, whether it be following up on an email or, making sure that I get a certain amount of exercises in, or read a few pages of a book, something. So I feel accomplished on a daily basis. It helps keep my body sane, as well as my mind as well. I think those are the very much, those are the things that I feel not only encompasses and makes me and shapes me to who I am, but it helps me stay mentally sane in a business where rejection is inevitable. But just because I'm being rejected, I don't need to reject myself.
Yeah, you don't need to internalize that.
There you go. So as long as I'm always showing up for myself, and I'm staying true to myself, and I'm staying kind to myself, I can keep on pushing. And that's where I initially find my inner strength to keep going. Because a lot of the times, people do give up, but by the time they make the decision to give up, I don't think they realize how close they are. And I think that's the part that also gets me every single time. Because I've had the thought, asking myself, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You keep getting denied, and you keep telling you no. Like, is this even
What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Is this the right path? But then my agent said, look, if a casting agency is calling you back and they keep on wanting to see you, that's not a bad thing. Because I took it as a bad thing. And he goes, nah, what that means is they really like the work that you're doing. They like how you present. Now is all about just finding the right fit.
Opportunity.
For you. That's all that is. So the fact that they keep asking for you to show up, don't take that as a negative. And that also changed my perspective. Having a good team, people around you that believe in you, team, I mean friends, close associates, or whatever the case may be, it's imperative. If you don't have real friends that can really like tell you about yourself, good or bad, it's not only is it gonna hinder you, but I would say I've never seen myself with my own eyes. So if I have people being able to look
feedback
at me
systems
and feedback and tell me, hey, I think you're a bit harsh when you approach this situation, or smile.
they call you out.
Rightfully so. If I have a booger in my nose and you as my friend is not telling me about it, you're not my friend.
That's true.
You're not my friend. You want me to be out here looking crazy, and then you're talking about,
you don't have my back. You don't have my back there.
You don't, man. Have a booger, let me know. Hey, bro, like, here's a piece of paper. You got something in your nose. Oh, good looking out, bro. Thank you. So
good.
I think that those are, because I am like that, and I want to have people around me like that. Because ain't no way you're gonna be out here and you smell funky, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, what's up, man, and I'll tell you. It's like, bruh.
That's a good friend right there.
It's important.
Perfect. So in mentioning all these meditation practices, mindfulness, wellness that you kind of do on a daily basis to maintain yourself healthy, I know that now you're bringing that to other people and people that follow you, people that want to also go through this personal growth journey that maybe will bleed out into other areas of their lives. Tell me a little bit more about these wellness retreats you're planning in Africa, like specifically where in Africa and why this context, and what are people going to do there?
Well, I'm extremely excited to embark on this journey of these wellness retreats with my business partner, Jennifer, and her husband. They hail from the beautiful country of Gambia. And we just, because me and Jennifer, we've been talking about this for a very, very long time. But as any business, it's administrative side of things. You need to plan, and you can't just get up and make it. I mean, you can, but you want to make sure it's good. So we just came to a point now where they've established themselves over in the Gambia, and got a huge house and have a like a beach bar and things of that nature. So she circled back and she goes, I think we're ready to rock and roll now, because I got Zimzon and she got Afro hip yoga.
I love it.
Yeah. So and she got a beautiful logo as well. So and we just combined in the two, because again, the reason we want to go back to Africa is because you can go to Greece and you can go to Spain and you can go to all these different countries that are close to Sweden, but being that we are both of African descent, I want to go back to the roots. I want to showcase that, as Africans, we can make this happen as well on a very high scale, on a very high standard. And it's important that we change the narrative of people's views of Africa. I know it's changing, and you hear a lot about Ghana and Nigeria. People are going back to celebrate Christmas and New Year's Eve, and it's becoming like this hip new thing to do. But there's over 50 countries in Africa. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. And given the opportunity, I would love to kind of take this all over the continent and to have wellness retreats all over. But starting off in Gambia, first and foremost, I think is important. And creating that Swedish connection as well. You can go abroad, you can go to Africa, as a tourist, or you can have that as a destination as well. And why not go there for a reset? You know, you have an opportunity now to see the country, to get, you know, fit, both mind, body, and spirit while you're there. Enjoy the food, and you will always have that Swedish connection as well. Being that, obviously, me growing up here and Jennifer being half Swedish, that Swedish connection is always going to be there. So starting with Gambia feels natural, feels organic, feels authentic, and I think it's gonna do amazing. And we're only looking to grow from here. And I'm super duper excited to be able to share and to open people's eyes to this Africa, because now we are in a position where we can control the narrative with what's being presented, rather than, you know, the typical ads that you see on television that's associated with Africa. We are now going to be able to present something that, to be frank, I don't think has been seen to this degree in Sweden. So yeah, making an opportunity for people out here and internationally to go to Gambia and to enjoy our wellness retreat on a big and real level. It's something exciting, and I can't wait for people to see it.
Yeah, that is exciting. So looking ahead, if people want to book these wellness retreats, what is the best way for them to either get in touch or to go through, so plug your stuff in?
So you can reach out to me on Instagram, Zimzon Official on Instagram, as well as on Facebook, or the Zimzon on Instagram as well. We haven't done the official kind of like launch as far as the website and things of that nature. That's coming in December, because the wellness retreat is taking place in March.
Okay. So people still have time to plan.
So,
and
they got
Yeah.
But
good.
if there's interest, then, you know, kind of like send out like a leaflet for us to kind of just keep you in touch and let you know what's about to happen. We can certainly do that. And we're also looking to offer people like payment plans, so you don't need to feel the stress of having to pay everything up front. But it will be a booking fee. So if you're interested, you can just put your money down, and knowing that, okay, your spot is
secured.
Is secured, because it's only going to be for a limited amount of space as well, to begin with.
So quite an intimate kind of close relationship experience.
Absolutely.
They will have one-on-one time with you, you know.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's amazing. I'm beaming with excitement, because I think it's about time, you know, that something like this is happening in Africa. And I'm just excited for people to see something where we are in control of the narrative. That for me is something that's like top priority. And the fact that we are able to present a service at a very high level, you know.
Yeah, you can deliver. Yeah.
It's not like, we got the education, we know what we're doing, we got the experience.
Now you have a space. Yeah. I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, to the updates, because I think it's going to be also quite a beautiful setting, amazing context for this type of retreat. 100%. So, Zimzon, we wish you all the best, and we thank you again for being a guest on our podcast. I think this has been a very interesting conversation to get to know your story a little bit better, get to know a little bit your mindset, how you think about things. So, I guess if people want to follow you, they can follow you on Instagram, right? Yeah. So we'll put all the links below. And well, thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. This was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great. This has been Frankie and Zimzon Zion on Somewhere in Stockholm. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe, follow us, and tune in for the next one as well. All right. Hej då!
Hej då!
Lost my backbone. Somewhere in Stockholm.
CISV originally stands for Children's International Summer Villages. We get the kids to get involved in these activities instead of just learning by sitting in the classrooms. I went to my first camp when I was 11, and it was for 1 month without my phone. And that's what's like makes us having our CISV bubble, and we create such beautiful relationships with each other. Our content is mainly focused on diversity and conflict resolution and sustainability and human rights. And the way we learn about it, I think it's really the way to get to peace and to cooperate with the countries and everything. Like anyhow I could contribute to peace, then that's where I want to be.